Yo, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to utilize AI to copyright your emails and generate sales. So this is going to be specifically for info product sellers. So if you sell a coaching program, a course, a paid community, whatever it may be, this is going to help you generate more sales for anyone that's subscribed to your email newsletter. But this really applies to any type of business. You're just gonna have to tailor some of these specific to your needs and your goals and what you are trying to actually accomplish. And the reason this is so powerful is because you can literally utilize AI from start to finish. So you can have it conduct market research, figure out exactly what messaging type that your audience resonates best with, and how to optimize your email newsletter so that you're generating as much sales as possible. This strategy has helped me generate over $60,000 in the past month for one of my clients right here. The top screenshot says $4,000, but it really should say $20,000. There's a little error in the ad tracking. So I'm gonna show you exactly what to do, how to do it so that you can start generating as much sales as possible. So before we actually start utilizing AI to write our emails and start converting sales, you need to have first a fundamental understanding of email marketing, copywriting, and just the basics of it, because otherwise it doesn't matter how much ChatGPT, Claude, Poppy, whatever you use, it doesn't matter how much of it you utilize, because if you don't know what to look for within your email copy, you won't really understand why something is converting or why something isn't converting. So even if you know this, it's just a good refresher because you want to be a good director for the AI. So anyways, all right, so number one, you need to know what good copy looks like. And then the best copywriters, they're always reading. And so in order to be an effective writer, you need to be an effective reader. So subscribe to as many email newsletters as you can, create an email account or of a swipe file, and then subscribe to like Ben Settle. The best copywriters, I don't really need to go over every single copywriter that you should subscribe to, but it doesn't even have to be necessarily somebody who's a good copywriter. It could be a good marketer. Somebody that you know is doing really well in selling their products more than likely has good copy. And it could even be for brands like Nike, Gymshark, whatever it may be. Just read the copy and figure out what good copy looks like and what bad copy looks like. Also read some books, read marketing, read just anything you can. So number two, you need to understand who your target audience is. So how old is this group? What language resonates best with them? Are they educated? Are they uneducated? Are they intelligent? Are they kind of dumb? It doesn't matter. So you need to understand who your target is, because you're going to talk to specific audience different than you will talk to other audience. For example, if you're writing about life insurance, the way you structure those emails are going to be much, much different as opposed to a dating offer or an offer that's tailored towards college kids trying to earn extra money. Your statistics will tell you what works and what doesn't work. So lots of people like to guess as to, what they should be writing about, what they shouldn't be writing about. But at the end of the day, the only goal is, did this convert sales and are you making revenue from these emails? And if not, then it doesn't really matter how pretty or how interesting your emails are. If they're not converting sales, something needs to change, and you need to read into those statistics. Keep it concise and easy to understand. So majority of people are dumb and don't really are illiterate and can't really read that well. So you don't want to lose them or bore them. You want to keep your emails easy to understand, easy flowing, and you just want them to just have a clear idea of what you are trying to say or what you're trying to talk about. And then aside from that, the goal is to educate, nurture, and convert. You don't always want to, let's put it this way. Not every single person is going to buy off of your first email, second email. I've had individuals buy after reading the 15th, 20th, 25th email. It doesn't really matter. So you want to continuously educate and nurture them to eventually convert them. And so that might take a process, because you want to establish whoever's newsletter it might be yours or it might be a client's. You want to establish them as an authority figure, and you want to build trust with the email reader. And in order to do so, some people, it might take a lot more emails and a lot more social proof and information. And so you're able to educate and nurture and convert them by providing value, by going over specific case studies, stories, pushing on emotions, and then also another thing, I didn't write this down, but when it comes to B2B versus B2C, it's going to be way different. So when it comes in the context of info products, you're going to be writing more B2C, meaning business to consumer. So you're going to be selling to consumers. But if you're writing from business to business, you're going to use a little less emotions and more so just like value driven, as opposed to when it's B2C, you're really drawing upon painting a picture of what you can offer them. And then what I mean, for example, is that when it comes to B2B, if you're selling a business service to another individual, they care more about how much money can you make them, or what how much time you're able to save up for them, efficiency. They're more interested in actual just like the logistics or the operations of how the business works, as opposed to when it's a consumer. If you're selling, let's say, life insurance, which would be B2C, then you're going to talk about the importance of having the family looked after, and then just like the emotions of, not wanting your family to have no money if you pass away or something like that. Anyways, I'm going to show you how to use AI now. So we're on ChatGPT right now, and one of the first things you're going to do is you want to upload it with as much context about your business or your clients as possible. So what I'm going to go ahead and say is, for this example, we're going to use Mike Thurston just because he sells a digital playbook coaching program, basically just teaching people how to reach online success and I guess go viral and be able to sell things online. So we went ahead. I just took his video sales letter and then I downloaded it, uploaded it to Fireflies, got the transcription, but you don't need to do this necessarily. But yeah, so read through this video sales letter. So you're gonna go ahead there, and then so basically the whole point of this is that you want to provide it with as much context as possible so that it has a full understanding of your tone, what you are selling, what your beliefs are, what your strategies are, and everything along those lines. Right now we're on his YouTube video, and I'm also gonna just take the transcripts of his YouTube videos just to give it really just as much context as possible. You don't really have to give it too many things if the video is like 20-30 minutes long, especially with what I did. Now read the transcript. His YouTube video. And also another thing, you might be wondering what if I don't have any YouTube videos, or what if I don't have a video sales letter? That's fine. You can just go ahead and just type in as much context as possible. So just for the sake of the video, I don't have to do this, but I would type something along the lines of Mike Thurston is a very fit individual who has seen lots of online success. He has this many followers and these are his beliefs, these are his principles. I'd go through all of his content to see what he does, but if it's your own business, it'd be very easy because you just describe your full story, how you got to where you are, what your strategies are, and any other explanations and context as what it is. But yeah, so we go ahead, we see that it has lots of information on Mike Thurston, and then so based on this, so remember, aside from this, but you need to know who your target audience is. So after reviewing the video sales letter, and then I'm going to also give a context of the fact that we're starting an email newsletter, and these are going to be individuals who are subscribed to Mike Thurston's email and are people that we want to educate, nurture, and eventually convert them into purchasers of the digital playbook. Basically, what it spat back out is going over that primary audience is men in their 20s to 30s, which is pretty accurate. Some psychographics, they're driven but directionless, influenced by podcast guests, they want to monetize their identity. Yeah, so this is very accurate to the program itself and Mike Thurston's brand. So the next thing we're going to do is first you want to build out an email welcome sequence. And the reason this is so essential is just because before you start blasting weekly emails, you want to make sure that the individual has three things in mind. So number one is that they understand who you are as the individual. Number two, they see the results that you've been able to generate, not only for yourself, but for other people. And then the last thing is that you want to help them understand what your program that you're selling is, and just make it very clear that there is a bridge to the solution, which would be in this case becoming successful online. So the first part of the email welcome sequence that you're going to want to create is going to be the actual introduction email. And then so basically you're just going to want to describe to ChatGPT what this introduction email will entail and what it'll look like. So I'll give you the prompt. Basically say, okay, so basically I just made a prompt saying that you want to introduce Mike Thurston, tell his story, and the point of the email is to help the reader understand the strategy behind his program, how he's able to achieve success, and inspire the reader to take further action. So the subject line, the path from personal trainer to digital freedom. Hey, first name, if you're here, there's a good chance you want more from life than just a decent paycheck and a predictable routine. That was me not too long ago. In my early 20s, I had no idea, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so this is actually really good. Yeah, so that's why I created the digital playbook. Yeah, so this isn't perfect. This is probably like 60-70% of the way through. But aside from that, like, it's pretty good. It tells a story and then like why he built this program out, and then just like establishes the trust and the credibility. And then so I don't want to spend time revising this email because that'll take way too long. But yeah, so that's, you're going to want to revise this, and then you basically just do the same thing for email number 2. Okay, so now for this one, basically same thing as the first one, but just saying that the point of the email is to sell the reader on the program and show them that other people have seen success from Mike's playbook. Hey, so if you ever thought I want freedom, that's exactly how Sam felt before he joined the digital playbook. At the time, Sam was working a corporate job, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so this is good too, because instead of guessing, Sam followed the system I spent years refining. He found his niche and purpose, dialed in his messaging. And yeah, so the point of this email now is to showcase, okay, not only is Mike able to see success from online, but he's able to teach other people. So it's basically doing like the 3 sales. So selling on the individual, selling on the fact that other people can do it, so you, the reader, can achieve similar to success. And then the third email is selling on the program itself. So we're gonna write that email right now. And finally, go ahead and I want you to create an email that goes over Mike's program in depth. Please describe as much detail as possible regarding the program and showcase the many benefits of joining it. The goal is to sell the reader on the program and showcase it as the bridge to their goals. And then so this is basically just saying, so I've showed you how I built my brand, how others like Sam. Now let's talk about the thing that ties it all together, the digital playbook. And then so I don't really like listicles like this just because it's kind of just like, it seems like it's like not very authentic and genuine, and it kind of just seems like you're just pitching them a little too hard. So we'll go ahead and ask it to rewrite this. This seems a little too salesy. I would like for this email to be more explanatory and elaborate, I guess, as opposed to direct and listicle and structured like a listicle. Okay, so now we asked it to rewrite it. Alright, yeah, this is much better. Yep, and then it says 7 modules. Yeah, so this is really, really, really good. It's like 80% of the way there. Again, like, that's why it goes on to the fact that you need to be just like understanding what good copy looks like, and then from here, like, I don't want to like spend too much time going over this because that's not the goal of this. But yeah, and then from there you have a whole email welcome sequence, and then now once you build out the email welcome sequence, you're just going to be sending 3, 4, maybe 5 emails a week. And then so you can just ask it to, I want you to give me a list of 10 email ideas to send to Mike's email newsletter. These can be topics regarding fitness, making money, etc. The goal of these emails is to convert this email reader into a paying client. All right, and then from there, you figure out what email ideas are best. Oh yeah, so this is good. Freedom first. Can you write this email? Boom. When I first started creating content, yeah, so this is like an emotional based email about freedom and how, you know, most people want freedom, and how the digital playbook, I'm assuming, can, yeah, the digital playbook gives you the framework to build it with real structure. Yeah, so as you can see, it's like 70% of the way there, but you need to edit it, make it less like awkward, like create your own style of tone and your own, or your client's own way of speaking. And then from there, all you have to do is just send out your emails, then read the statistics, and then so figure out what emails are getting opened, what are not. That's going to be more based on the subject line, but which ones are getting clicks and which ones are not. And then, you know, you want a high click-through rate, which would be like above 1%, and then you want an open rate around 30 to 40% at the bare minimum. And then from there, you just like figure out how many sales you're converting, how many you're not, and just continue to write really good emails. And that's how you use AI to do it. This was obviously a very broad description because you are going to, the more inputs you put towards AI and the more context you give it as to what is good copy and what is bad copy, the better outputs you will receive from it. And then, but again, AI will never be able, or at least as of right now, I'll never have it write all the emails without editing it. Like, I always edit at least the bare minimum 20% of the emails, just because it's like, it's sometimes off, sometimes it's really good, but sometimes it's bad. That's why you need somebody who knows what good copy looks like. But yeah, so if you're somebody though that wants help with this, running this for their emails, I write emails, write the VSLs, the funnels. My agency does all the work, and then book a call below. And if you want to see what actual good copy looks like, you can sign up for my email newsletter. It's completely free. You'll get a lot of sauce, a lot of value, and yeah, but that's pretty much it. And hope you got some value from this video.